Well, good morning and welcome to Morning Gospel Fuel with Mr. G. It is Friday, April 22nd, the Friday in the octave of Easter, and it is the feast day of Pope Saint Caius. He was an early bishop of Rome from December of 283 to his death in 296. Some believe that he was a martyr, others don't know for sure. There's really not much known about Saint Caius, although um, he was the one that decreed that before someone could assume the position of a bishop, that they first must go through a process, um, and just like to show that not just some Joe Schmo off the street can just become a bishop, because he saw that there was trouble in that, and there continues to be trouble in that. But that's why formation does the best that they can um, in that process and the steps that it takes. But he was the one that um, made the decree for the process to be porter, lector, exorcist, acolyte, subdeacon, deacon, priest, then bishop, and then pope, if that were so to be the case. But then he also divided the districts of Rome among the deacons, of like this spatial area and how location matters of where you're at. But yeah, so I think even though they say that not much is known, he did a lot as pope, and during his pontificate. There was a lot of anti-Christian measures that continued to increase, even though new churches were continuing to be built and cemeteries were expanded. Um, he got attacked a lot. That's why it's unsure if he was martyred or not. But something he was, something he doesn't. I don't know. But anyway, that's Pope Saint Caius. Today's gospel is from John chapter 21, verses 1 through 14. Let's begin in the name of the Father, Son, and Spirit. Amen. After this, Jesus revealed himself again to his disciples at the Sea of Tiberias. He revealed himself in this way. Together were Simon Peter, Thomas called Didymus, Nathanael from Cana in Galilee, Zebedee's sons, and two others of his disciples. Simon Peter said to them, "I am going fishing." They said to him, "We also will come with you." So they went out and got into the boat, but that night they caught nothing. When it was already dawn, Jesus was standing on the shore, but the disciples did not realize that it was Jesus. Jesus said to them, "Children, have you caught anything to eat?" They answered him, "No." So he said to them, "Cast the net over the right side of the boat, and you will find something." So they cast it, and were not able to pull it in because of the number of fish. So the disciple whom Jesus loved said to Peter, "It is the Lord." When Simon Peter heard that it was the Lord, he tucked in his garment, for he was lightly clad, and jumped into the sea. The other disciples came in the boat, for they were not far from shore, only about 100 yards, dragging the net with the fish. When they climbed out on the shore, they saw a charcoal fire with fish on it and bread. Jesus said to them, "Bring some of the fish you just caught." So Simon Peter went over and dragged the net ashore, full of 153 large fish. Even though there were so many, the net was not torn. Jesus said to them, "Come, have breakfast." And none of the disciples dared to ask him, "Who are you?" because they realized it was the Lord. Jesus came over and took the bread and gave it to them, and in like manner the fish. This was now the third time Jesus was revealed to his disciples after being raised from the dead. We see the persistence of Jesus and also how he chooses to reveal himself to his disciples. It always pertains to food, um, just showing the importance of the material and how the material can help bring us and transcend us to the spiritual. Um, and so, but it's also interesting that there's appearance to just seven of the disciples, so not all of them. And some of them are named, others are referred to as the sons of Zebedee, and others are named the two others. So we don't even know for sure, which is interesting from John, the writer of this gospel. But yeah, we see them. We see also this parallel, or not parallel, but like this connection of like Jesus calls his first disciples at the sea while they're fishing. And then at the beginning of his ministry, whenever he selects the 12. But then at the end, after he dies and is resurrected, another approach is he goes right back to the fish and the sea and the fishing. And then not only does he have them catch more fish again, but he sits and he dines with them, and he eats with them, and he just reveals himself. And it just shows that Jesus will never give up, and that he's also valuing his time. He's only here for 50 days on earth before he ascends into heaven, and his physical body is no longer here. So he's making sure his days are counting. So everything that Jesus does after he resurrects and is physically present on this earth to convince and confirm everything about him is true, so that he can make sure that the faith can go on, so that souls can be saved. Jesus does everything with intentionality, and nothing can be overshadowed and overlooked of thinking that it's a minor detail, because Jesus needs to make sure that the church will sustain itself from now until the end of the world. And so with all that being said, know too that Jesus will do whatever he can to save you and to save me, so that we can join him one day in heaven. So we need to take that trust and assurance and that sense of peace and calm within our hearts, that we too, Jesus came to save us, and pray to God, what does God want me to do to help his kingdom, so that more souls can get to heaven. So, with all that being said, have a great day. God bless. Keep it real. In the Father, Son, and Spirit. Amen.